Whoa! There's another one, same thing. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fun day. 2 casts in a row. You can see there he ate that swim bait. Nice fish. Hey guys, Ben here from Ben and Nick's Fishing Adventures. It's been a long time since I made a video, but I saw one that Nick made about how to catch crappie the other day, and he inspired me. So I thought I'd come out today and share a method of fishing that I absolutely love in the fall. It's a way to get a bite and probably get some action pretty quick. Or it's great for if it's a really tough conditions and you can't get a bite. This method always seems to catch something. So I'll dive right into it. So what I wanted to share today is how in the fall, or just in general, I love fishing these small Keitech swim baits. This is a 2.8 Keitech swing impact fat. And it's one of the baits that I can usually always get a bite with. This is the smallest size that Keitech makes. I've been fishing them for years, and it's definitely one of my confidence baits. I've got a few different colors along today. Usually I try to get a couple colors that are really natural for clear water, like this one. I think that's electric shad, and this one up here is, you can't see that one as well, it's in the package, but that one is silver flash minnow, and those are kind of the natural colors for clear water. And then I try to get a few for darker water as well. This is kind of a smoke shad. It's got a little more color to it, or the chartreuse. It's a little easier to see for the fish in darker water, but that's just a general rule of thumb. I usually try to fish a more natural bait in clear water, and a brighter bait and more stained water when it has a little less visibility. But flip it around, try each color in different water clarities, and let the fish really tell you what's going on. Now you do need a hook to go with this, and my favorite one is the Dirty Jigs Guppy head. This is the 1/4 ounce, and that's what I end up fishing most of the time. But if you're fishing really shallow water, they do make an 1/8 ounce size as well. These are very detailed, lifelike jig heads. And I've got one tied on. I'm gonna fish the chartreuse so you guys can see the action a little better today. But here's that jig head. You can see it's got really nice detail on the eyes, and just really high quality product from Dirty Jigs. And like I said, I usually fish the 1/4 ounce. As far as my gear goes, I fish this on lighter line. I just tried the Nano line from Berkley, the Berkley NanoFil line. I'm fishing the 8-pound today. It's got a really thin diameter, and it lets you cast really, really far. That's nice when fishing from shore. My favorite rod to fish this on is a medium action rod. This is the St. Croix Eyecon rod. It's their walleye series. It's actually their snap jig rod, but it's got a medium power, extra fast action. It's 6'8", a little shorter, but I absolutely love fishing this rod with this type of bait. And then I've got a really nice Shimano Stradic CI4 Plus, a reel with a nice drag. I think this is the 2000 or 2500 size. Can't remember if it's 2000 or 2500, but that is the setup that I'm running. So medium action rod, extra fast tip, reel with a really nice drag. When I'm rigging these swim baits, it's very, very important to get it right in the middle. So you want to get it directly in the middle of the bait and have it come out right in the middle of the top, so you get really nice level action in there. And that's about it. That's just the setup. It's the smallest bait Keitech makes. It's a 2.8-inch bait, but I think it fishes a little bit bigger. It's still got a nice big profile. You can catch fish of all sizes on it. So here's what the action looks like. I put the chartreuse one on there so you can see it a little better. Just get that action there. You can see even at very, very slow speeds, the tail still kicks. And a lot of times what I like to do is a lift and then let it fall, so it kind of pops up, and then the action when it falls there. But there you can get a decent idea of what that bait looks like in the water. Really nice tail kick, even at super, super slow speeds and super cold water. So another way that I really like to rig this bait, and I use it if there's grass or if there's a lot of snags around or even really shallow water, is with this underspin here. And you can actually take off the little blade if you want, and then, you know, just make it a regular kind of weedless hook, weighted swim bait hook. And this is a really unique hook because it's so tiny and it fits these small 2.8-inch Keitechs just perfectly. It's actually, this is the brand, I don't know how you say it, it might be Bredy or Bredy, but it's the Zappu Bredy or Bredy Underspin. It's a size 2 hook, and they come with a really tiny screw lock bait keeper to put your bait on. That's this little guy right here. And actually what I've done is I take off the one that comes stock on it and put an owner centering spring size small or size medium on there, and it holds the bait on way better. Bait lasts a lot longer. But this is an awesome little option to make your presentation weedless, snagless as well. So I'll go ahead and rig that up once. With the Nano line, I like to tie a polymer knot. You know, you could easily put on a braid to fluorocarbon leader on here, but I just keep it straight braid just because it's a little easier. I haven't had a lot of time lately to tie on a bunch of leaders, so I just keep it straight braid and it seems to work just fine. Or straight nano, it's kind of like a smaller braid or copolymer line or something like that. Okay. You just take the bait and screw on the swim bait. And then thread it through. Perfectly weedless, and that's an awesome weedless presentation. That hook just sits right on the top of the bait, and then when the fish bites it, it pulls down, exposes the hook, and hooks the fish. So the way that I like to retrieve this bait is I'll give it a nice cast out there, and then I'll just let it fall all the way to the bottom on a slack line and get it down to bottom. And then there's 4 main types of retrieves that I like to do. The one that I like the most is just very simple. Once it hits the bottom, just lift the rod and hold it up and let the bait fall. Reel down, lift, let it fall on that tight line. Reel out the slack, lift, let it fall. And that is the retrieve that I like to do the most often in the fall. Steady lift and then let it fall in that slack line. A lot of time the bite comes on this method when it's on the fall, so you'll feel a tick, or maybe it will just be really light, or even you'll have it where the line will start moving. And if something just feels different when you lift it and let it fall, then that usually means that there's a fish and you want to set the hook immediately when that happens. And it's really a bait that'll catch fish of all sizes. It's just mainly to try to get a bite. You can see here he chomped that down. Little largemouth. And it's really a rig that'll catch fish of, you know, big fish, little fish. I mean, it's a smaller bait, but it will catch big fish. The second type of retrieve that I like to do with this bait is just, again, cast it out, let it sink and fall all the way to the bottom. And once it's down there, then I just kind of give it a little pull for a drag. Just drag it along the bottom, pick up the slack line, and drag it. That keeps the bait on the bottom, and it just kind of shimmies along the bottom on the rocks like a little bait fish down there. You can also kind of hold your rod tip up and just very slowly reel it in, maintaining bottom contact, so I can feel the bottom there. and just maintain that bottom contact and bring it in really slow. All right, so the third retrieve that I like to do is to, again, throw it out, let it hit the bottom, and then I give it one kind of big snap or pull, and then reel and keep it kind of right off the bottom. So it's not hitting the bottom now, but it's right off the bottom, and bring it in on a constant retrieve. The last type of retrieve that I like to do is more of a pop. And that's just kind of when the water temperature is warmer, but you really just rip it up and then let it fall on that tight line. So again, just give it a big rip and then hold your rod high and let it fall on that semi-slack line. So whether you're going weedless with an underspin or exposed hook with the jig head, the Keitech 2.8-inch swing impact fat is one of my favorite ways to catch fish. And it's a bait that you can go out and just get a bite on about any time, and it's a multi-species bait as well. So last week I went to another local lake around here, Big Creek, and ended up catching walleye, wiper, crappie, and largemouth, all on the same bait and the same setup. It is worth noting that I originally discovered this bait on a video from Tactical Bassin. It's just one of those techniques that I gave a try, and it's stuck with me over the years. So be sure to check out their channel. So I've only got one thing left to do, is go try to catch a few more fish. Another largemouth on here. Boy, he was not coming off. He's hooked well. And of course my GoPro died, and then I catch this one. You can see there he ate that swim bait. Nice fish. I'll get a measurement on him. This goes to show that it gets fish of all sizes to bite. You see he ate that. All right, I just got the measurement on him, and he is just right at 20 inches, which is an Iowa master angler. So that's awesome. Amazing fish. I'm gonna go ahead and get him back in the water. All right, here he goes. Back out there for someone else to catch. Little guy. All right, little smallmouth bass. That little Keitech is just a super effective way to catch fish in the fall or any time of year, really. Whoa! I think that's a wiper. Definitely getting on the multi-species action today. I took it and ran with it. Yeah, definitely a wiper. Nice one too. Absolutely came unglued on that thing. I was reeling it in fast. That's a nice one. Oh, got him. Again on that little Keitech multi-species bait. You can see there, fish absolutely came unglued for that. It's long, not bad. 23 incher. All right, let's get this 23-inch wiper released. There you go, buddy. Other way. A little lost. And there he goes. Oh, that's awesome. You know, a little 2.8 Keitech. Just burning it in. One of my favorite baits. All right, retie here. There's another one. Same thing. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fun day. 2 casts in a row. They're just over here hammering the shad. Holy, oh, he got off. Okay. Probably should set my drag just a little more. Just smashed it. All right, let's try that again. Just burning it in. Let's set my drag down just a little more. Just burning it. All right, I'm gonna add a 5th retrieve to this. Just burning it in as fast as you can. Just throw it out and reel it back in as fast as you possibly can. Oh, there's another one. Largemouth. Another fish here. I think it might be a wiper. Maybe a largemouth. Ooh, a smallie. Again, just the multi-species action. A little smallie on the Keitech. Let him go. That's another wiper. That or I snagged a carp maybe, but I'm pretty sure that's a wiper. Yeah, he's not moving. That's a nice fish, whatever it is. Another wiper. I don't think he's quite as big as the other one, but I think this one went on a bigger run. Well, maybe he is as nice as the other one. Here he comes. That's a nice fish. Angry. Strong, man, it's strong. That's another nice one. Oh, looks like he's barely hooked though. Come on, shore buddy. Another nice wiper. Again, Keitech. Yeah, that's a nice one again. Wow. That might be another 22, 23 incher. 22 and a half looks like. Yep. That's another nice fish. Awesome. All right, get the release on this guy. What a run he went on. There he goes. Well, if that was rocks or another fish. That's another fish. Largemouth this time. This bait is just ridiculous. I'm gonna pull him in kind of quick. Little guy. There he is. I got something found over here, right here on this shore. What do we got this time? This feels like a nicer fish. Maybe a nicer bass. A little nicer bass, a little largemouth. Little nicer largemouth. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video and can maybe even use this technique to put a few more fish in the boat or reel in a few more fish from shore this fall here locally in Iowa. So yeah, if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, maybe subscribe to our channel even, or check out some more of our other videos. And if you end up catching some fish on this method this fall, make sure you leave a comment or send us a message with a picture of the fish. All right guys, that's gonna finally wrap it up for me. Unbelievable bait, one of my favorite of all time. multi-species, bunch of bites, just a lot of fun to fish.